Hello, everybody. This is, and by everybody I mean, my 2 subscribers. Thank you guys very much, and also to anybody else who wishes to subscribe. Today, this is just kind of a quick little thing, and something that I had a hard time finding out how to do myself on the internet. And I eventually figured it out myself. Um, so I'm going to make a short little tutorial on it, and that is adding dynamics, normal dynamics tag dynamics, or that's dynamics tag dynamics to thinking particles. And it's really easy with normal particles, the simulate particles, that guy. But thinking particles are a lot more powerful, and you want to be able to add dynamics to them easily. And it's really easy, easier than you think. So let's get started. Make a new document. First of all, make sure your layout is standard up here. So it just starts like this, and all of our menus are the same and everything. You're going to create a null object. Right-click on the null object, symbol 4D tags, Xpresso, and I like to dock it down here. I have a pretty big screen, so that's good for me. Otherwise, you can just keep it in your own kind of window. Going to drag the null object down here, make it a little bigger, and we want to output information about global position. This will tell us the position, and global matrix, that'll tell us the rotation, that'll output the rotation. And over here, we want to add a p-storm node, which is just a type of thinking particle emitter. And we want it to take in information about emitter alignment. So attach the global position to the emitter position and the global matrix to the emitter alignment. So now, if we play through, we've got a particle emitter, pretty simple. Let's make this 300 frames to begin with. Okay. So that's that. Now what we want to do is add dynamics to this. It's really quite easy. So we go to MoGraph, cloner, get a cloner, then create an object that we want to be cloned. In this case, I'll just use a platonic. Bring its radius down a little bit. We want the collisions when they're emitted to be minimized. Otherwise, it sends it flying off into space because they're spawn intersecting with one another. So that's that. Put the platonic inside of the cloner. Go into the cloner object settings and change the mode to object. This way we can tell it an object to clone onto. And the object that we want to clone onto is these particles. So we go to simulate thinking particle settings, and this has all the particle groups listed. In this case, we haven't set any more than just all, so we'll just use all. Just drag that down here, and now that's being cloned onto the particles. Just like that, but they aren't dynamic yet. This is really easy. We just right-click on the platonic up here, simulation tags, rigid body, and now what they do is they just kind of shoot out and go everywhere. You may like that. That might be the result you're trying to achieve, in which case you're done. Otherwise, we might want it to kind of stick to the position of the particle, and we can get a cool effect like that. So what we'll do is make sure the dynamic tag is selected, go to the force tab, and put about 10 for follow position and 10 for follow rotation. And what this does is it tells it to kind of blend between both the dynamics and the position of what it's being cloned onto. And the higher the number, the higher it, the more it follows the thing it's being cloned onto. So now you can see that this is happening. That's kind of a cool effect. What I don't like is how they're all moving to the side. So we'll click the p-storm node. Decrease the count of the particles to about 70. We don't really need that much. Increase the life to 300. We don't really want them disappearing. Life variation, and we'll decrease the speed to about 10. The variation about 50. Always good to have a little bit of variation. I don't think that's enough particles, actually. Keep that 150. So yeah, I've got this kind of thing. And it's pretty cool. And it grows. And all of the particles are respecting the others' limits. They aren't intersecting. And that's really a cool effect. Anyway, so that's pretty much my quick tip. If we wanted to make something cool out of this, maybe go back to your materials here. Create a new material, make it a kind of green color, add a little bit of reflection. What am I doing here? Bring that down, add some Fresnel to that. Bring that down as well. Make the specular. If you have R13, this stuff won't be right here. Otherwise, it'll just be this stuff, which doesn't really matter because I'm just going to use this. Bring down the width, turn up the height a little bit. This kind of just makes it a little more kind of sharp and glossy looking, which is what we're going for. And we'll apply that to our platonic. And we want a few different colors, so Command CV, Control CV for Windows. To just duplicate that, delete the textures from here, Command CV, whoops, Command CV, what am I doing here? Command C, Command V, Command C, Command V. Alright, sorry about that. We'll just change the color right here, maybe pink one, that's nice, and maybe a, I don't know, a yellow one. Like that. And what we'll do, oops, that's what I duplicated, huh? What we'll do is we'll just apply one to each of these up here, and we'll drop these both under the cloner. And what the cloner does when there are multiple objects under it, by default what it does is it iterates through each of these. So it clones a pink one, a yellow one, a green one, a pink one, a yellow one, a green one, and so on and so forth. If you don't want to do it in a cycle like that, you can change this from iterate to random, blend and sort. Blend and sort are two different things that I'm not going to talk about right now. Random just kind of randomizes which one it chooses to be cloned. So now we have 3 colors here being cloned. Pretty cool. You know, just kind of a cool little thing. Now we'll go into our render settings and add some ambient occlusion, add some global illumination. Those things are pretty much guaranteed to give you a good looking render if you have appropriate lights. We go to the content browser here. I have Grayscale Gorilla Light Kit Pro. You can use area lights and your own geometry if you want. Take a look at my last tutorial and I show you exactly how to do that. But I'm going to use this, add a little overhead softbox, and that adds this monster here, and add a normal softbox. Rotate that around, and get a good view of it, render it up, and we will see what that looks like. Looking pretty cool. Anyway, so that was just kind of a quick tip turned into this. You can render that out if you want. Always, just kind of mess with the settings. You can get even cooler effects than this yourself. Anyway, I hope you found that useful, and thanks. Goodbye.